projections of lines. So as I had mentioned, now we'll begin with considering the case when it's lying in the first quadrant. Uh, as such, you see in the previous lecture when we were discussing about points, so usually the location of the point was given, like this is above the horizontal plane or below the horizontal plane, and then it is in front of the vertical plane and or behind the vertical plane. So any kind of combinations like that we had, and based on that we were locating wherever in whichever coordinate it is, and then we were further drawing the front view and top view for the points. So now the same way we'll actually be proceeding with this also. Now rather than a single point, in particular what needs to be defined will be the two endpoints of the line, right? So effectively these are the informations what we might need. Yeah. So these are the informations as are mentioned on this are supposed to be considered. One is length and position of endpoints with horizontal with reference to the horizontal and vertical plane, and the inclinations with the horizontal and vertical plane. So these informations will need. So often it may be that location for one endpoint is completely defined. Then we have the length and we have the inclinations. Then of course the other endpoint we will be able to locate. So we'll start with some simple cases, right? So this is the first case, and as I had mentioned, this what do you call case of only the first quadrant will have, because it is easy for the display and for the discussion. So we'll consider a line which is perpendicular to the horizontal plane and is parallel to the vertical plane. So you have the segments of the usual vertical and horizontal planes which are needed for showing the first quadrant, right? And then this red line, right? This represents the case that when this line is perpendicular to the horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane, right? Then direction of viewing remains just the same as it was in the previous case. Endpoints named capital A, capital B, okay? Then from here we observe the line for the front view. So it's projected onto the vertical plane, and then we get these two endpoints, okay? And joining these, we get this front view of the line segment, okay? A dash and B dash. So names of the line endpoints of the line are named as capital A, capital B. So ends in the front view are named as small a dash, small b dash. The usual convention, whatever we had discussed in the previous class as well. For the top view, we see from the top, project it on the horizontal plane, and then actually it is the line is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So both A and B get projected onto the same point, and we get a point view for this. Okay, so small a and small b at the same location, right, in the horizontal plane represent the top view. Okay, and then in the orthographic view it looks like this. I guess this I need to move. Yeah, yes. So in the actual projections, what we need to draw, it will look like this. When you have to draw, then don't write this front view FV or top view TV. These abbreviations or anything, as we discussed in previous class also. You don't need to draw these rectangular boxes to represent the vertical or horizontal planes, nor you have to write front view, top view. You simply write A dash, B dash, and it will mean that it is front view, and small a small b, and this will mean that it is the top view. Yeah, so the front view is giving us the true length as the caption says, and the top view becomes a point. Now let us consider the next case. So in the next case, we are considering the line parallel to both the reference planes, right? Horizontal plane as well as vertical plane. So this is line segment AB, capital A, capital B, and it is parallel to both the planes. Again, we project it onto the vertical plane to get the front view. Then we project it on the horizontal plane to get the top view. So A dash B dash gives us the front view, small a small b gives us the top view. Here these are represented like this in the actual orthographic projection. Now here what we observe is the front view and top view are identical. Only their location with reference to this XY line, right? With reference to the XY line, the location of front view and top view will be decided depending on how the line segment is located. I mean, how much it is in front of vertical plane or how much above the horizontal plane it is. In that, that will decide the distances from the XY line. That is all. But they are identical. Both are giving the true length. Okay. So here we consider the line to be either parallel or else perpendicular. Now let us consider the case when line is inclined to any one of the planes. So now we consider this case. So line is inclined to the horizontal plane and is parallel to the vertical plane. So this pink line again represents the case where it is inclined to horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane. Capital A, capital B mentions the names. Then this is showing the inclination with the horizontal plane. So essentially the line may not be touching the horizontal plane, of course, right? It's somewhere in the first quadrant, it is somewhere, but it is parallel to vertical plane and inclined to the horizontal plane. The inclination is shown by this line, this small black line, which is parallel to the horizontal plane, and this inclination theta is the inclination of line with the horizontal plane. Again, we project it onto the vertical plane, we get the front view. Okay, A dash, B dash. So this will show us the same inclination, whatever is the inclination of the line with the horizontal plane, the same inclination we actually see here in the front view. So here, of course, this will be, this theta is making this inclination with XY, right? This line is parallel to the XY. So this theta actually is the inclination with the XY. In front view, the A dash B dash front view of the line is making the same inclination with the XY, whatever is made by this line capital A, capital B with the horizontal plane. Okay. Then we can obtain the top view, right? So this small a small b represents the top view, and as you can observe that top view is actually going to give us a reduced length. It will be having a length less than that of this line AB. Then this is how they are shown in the front view and top view when we after aligning the horizontal plane with the vertical plane, as we had discussed in the last class. This is what we achieve. So as I had mentioned, I'm just repeating. So when this line is parallel to parallel to vertical plane and inclined with the horizontal plane, then what we are having, this front view gives us true length of the line and the true inclination of the line with the horizontal plane, right? So two things, the length of the front view is equal to the length of the line, and whatever is the inclination of the line here with the horizontal plane, the same is obtained by front view and the XY line. Okay. What about the top view? Top view has got some reduced length, one thing, and apart from that, we observe that this top view is parallel to the XY line, right? So these are the two observations. Right. So now we consider the next case. Now the line is parallel to the vertical plane. Oh, sorry. The line is inclined to the vertical plane and parallel to the horizontal plane. So here is the line AB. This is parallel to horizontal plane and having inclination phi with the vertical plane. These two terms, like this theta here what we used and this phi, so these also we'll use as the standard symbol. So whenever we have to consider the inclination of the line with the horizontal plane, then it will be represented by theta, and whenever we have to consider the inclination of line with the vertical plane, it will be represented by phi. Now we consider the top view, small a, small b, and here what we observe is that this top view will give us the same inclination with the xy, whatever is the inclination of line with the vertical plane. And then the front view is the reduced length. So just the opposite characteristics we observe. So we have this top view giving us the true length. The inclination of top view with the xy line is equal to the inclination of line with the vertical plane. So this phi here, this phi here are same. Then front view gives us the reduced length and it remains parallel to the XY line. Okay. So these are the things for these two cases. We have just the exactly exactly opposite features of the front view and top view for the two cases. Now, so far we considered the case where line was at least parallel to one of the reference planes, right? In whatever we have discussed, we have considered that line is at least parallel to one of the planes. If that is not so, then what is likely to happen, right? So, now here let us have a look at this, that when the line segment. So as I had mentioned, I'll keep calling it line. When we discuss projection of lines, it will always be a segment only, right? Not with the usual definition that line will not have any ends, right? Yeah, it will here we'll only call it line, but it will be a segment only. Yes, so here we have this line, right? And we are considering that it is not inclined to the it is not parallel to any of the reference planes. So for that case, we have this front view and top view. Okay. So this is how it is represented. So now you can note one thing here. None of the views, like whether you consider the front view or you consider the top view, none of these is parallel to XY line, right? Secondly, this alpha and this beta, neither of these will give us the true inclination of line with any of the planes. Okay, so as I had mentioned, I'm repeating again. So theta and phi, these names, right, will use as a standard name for the true inclinations of the line, right? So here those have not been used, right? Why? Because these actually are not the true inclinations of the line. Neither of the true inclinations, like two true inclinations we are supposed to have. One is inclination of the line with horizontal plane, one with the vertical plane. So neither this is giving true inclination nor this is giving the true inclination. So now what kind of case is this? Let us try to visualize this. So for this I'll get back to the previous slide. So usually such a thing I would have preferred to explain by considering some object like a line in the class, but here we cannot do that. So we have to resort to whatever demo is available with the slides. So I'll go to the previous slide.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, when you say the true inclination of the line, it means that it has separate inclination with respect to the vertical and horizontal.
We are discussing further, right? So I hope it will become clear. If not, then we'll get back to you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so as I had mentioned that we'll get back to this slide again, what we have already seen, right? Let me have all the display, then we'll start discussing further. Yeah. So we considered all these aspects when the line is parallel to the vertical plane and inclined to the horizontal plane. Then this inclination of line, which is theta, the same is visible to us in the front view. So the front view makes the same inclination with the XY line. Let me change this to pointer. Yeah. So here this front view gives us the same inclination with the XY line, that is this theta, whichever is actually made by the line with the horizontal plane. Okay, because the line is parallel to the vertical plane. That is why this is achieved. Likewise here the line is parallel to the horizontal plane. So whatever inclination of the line with the vertical plane is, that we are able to obtain in the top view. So the top view makes the same inclination with the XY line, whatever is the inclination of this line with the vertical plane. Okay. Now let us consider some more features associated with this, which are not obtained with these diagrams directly. Now first of all, say if I consider this case here, that is when the line is uh, parallel to the vertical plane. Okay. You see now in the current position, whatever is visible to us, let me try to make some changes to it. So what change I am doing is I am keeping this A fixed. This capital A I am keeping fixed, and then I am trying to move capital B by keeping theta also constant. Right? So position of capital A we are not changing, and this theta also we are maintaining same. That means this capital AB, that is the line, is making inclination theta with the horizontal plane, and that inclination we are not changing. This A position of A also we are not changing, but we are trying to move this B. Okay. See, in that case, what will happen? As long as this theta is not getting altered, if I move this B, capital B, okay, so this distance of this capital B from the small b is not going to get altered, right? So I'm repeating it so that everyone can visualize. What I'm doing is capital A position I am not changing. That is, it has got some distance. It is in front of the vertical plane by certain distance, above the horizontal plane by certain distance. This position I am not changing. This theta also I am keeping constant. Then I am trying to move this capital B. Okay. So when with these two conditions, that position of A not changing, theta not changing, when I move this B, then whichever position I carry this B to, the distance between capital B and small b will not change. Or rather, I should say the capital B will be at the same distance from the horizontal plane for all the positions as long as capital A and theta are not varying, right? Now, if that is the case, that this distance of capital B from the horizontal plane is not varying, that will also mean that distance of this B dash from the XY line will not vary in the front view, right? That means I keep A at its fixed position, I keep theta constant, and then I move capital B. Then for whichever position I carry this capital B to, corresponding position of B dash will be such that its distance of B dash from the XY line will remain same for all the positions, right? That means when I move this capital B, right, keeping theta constant and A at its position, I move the capital B, then B dash has to move along a line which is parallel to this XY. Okay, I'm repeating so that everyone is able to visualize. Many of you would have already understood it, but we should try to have a condition when everyone has visualized it in mind. So please pay attention to it and try to imagine it closely. What we are doing, capital A, we are keeping it fixed at its position. Then theta also we are not letting vary, only B we are moving. Then what will happen? This capital B will move on some path, right? Then distance of capital B from horizontal plane will not get altered. And likewise, distance of B dash from the XY line for such movement will not get altered. So if this B dash of course will always be in the vertical plane. This is front view. This always will be obtained in the vertical plane. So B dash will be always in the vertical plane. So when I move capital B with these two conditions, then B dash will move along a line which is parallel to this XY. Okay, so that its distance from the XY is not getting altered. Fine. Now, so that is what we'll observe in the front view when I do this. That is, I keep this capital A here and theta constant and I move capital B. So B dash will move parallel to XY. That is one thing what we observe in the front view. So of course this will mean two more things related to front view. If B dash is moving along a parallel line here, then A dash B dash, this length A dash B dash will get altered, right? So that means true length will not be available anymore if we change this from this position. Okay, because line will not remain, this capital AB will not remain parallel to the vertical plane, and therefore this length actually will not remain the same. It will get reduced. This B dash starts moving like this. If I start moving B somewhere up this side, this will B dash will move like this. Okay.
So then the length of AB will also be changed?
AB means capital A, capital B.
No, sir. In the horizontal plane AB.
That we'll discuss. Top view I have not discussed so far. I'll get back to it. Let us consider two more things about the front view first. So what I'm saying is, one thing is B dash will move parallel to XY. B dash will move parallel to XY. That is one thing. And second thing is, because of this A dash B dash length of the front view will change, right? It will not remain the true length. It will get reduced, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Second thing, this theta will also change. Suppose this B dash, which is currently here,
Yes, sir.
after some time it has moved and achieved this position. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
if I join A dash to this red dot which is currently shown here, then you see one thing is front view will be of shorter length. Secondly, your inclination of A dash B dash for this current position, or this red dot is representing current position of B dash, suppose, then this new A dash B dash will have a higher inclination with XY line. It will be more than theta, right? So two things are happening. B dash is remaining at the same distance from XY, but A dash B dash distance is changing and theta is also changing, right? So whatever new angle we'll have here, that actually is referred as an apparent angle. It's apparent angle because it is not giving the true inclination of the line, right? It's only showing us some apparent inclination. Okay. So these all changes we observe in the front view. But of course, at least distance of B dash from XY remains same. Yeah, now let us consider the top view. Again, with the whatever we discussed, with those things only, let us consider the top view. So capital A kept here, there its own position, right? Theta is constant, capital B is rotating, right? Or moving. So capital A, it fixed at its position, theta maintained constant, and capital B moving. So you see this movement exactly will be what? If you consider in the top view, it will be equivalent to rotation of small b about A, right? So as long as this theta is not changing, this small a small b, this distance, the length of the top view, this will not get altered, right? As long as this theta is same, this length of the top view will not get altered. However, if we move B with this condition, keeping A at its location, then in the top view what will happen? Small b will have move along a circular arc about the center at small a, right? So this is what we'll actually be having. So here we observe two things. One is when keeping this capital A here, keeping this theta same, we move this capital B, then top view, if say only shows movement of B on a circular arc about A, and in the front view B dash tends to move along a line parallel to the XY. So this kind of movement we are observing here. Okay. So from this, of course, one thing we can consider that at least we know very well that as long as inclination of line is theta with the horizontal plane, right? Whether it is parallel to vertical plane or not. I'm repeating. If this inclination of this line AB is theta with the horizontal plane, then whether it is parallel to the vertical plane or not, its distance of this B dash from the XY line will continue to remain the same, whatever is observed for this case when it is parallel. Okay, fine. Now similar thing actually could be discussed for the this other diagram also. That is, we can try to consider this capital A fixed, phi constant, and then move this capital B. Okay, if we do so, then again what we'll observe that in the front view this B dash will have a tendency to move along a circular arc about A dash, right? While distance of this small b from the xy line will continue to remain same. So small b will move along a line parallel to the xy line, but of course this movement is in the horizontal plane. Okay. So these features actually we need in when we have to consider of that is when we have to draw the projections of a line which is inclined with both the planes. So that is why I discussed this all. Okay. So maybe now we can move on to the next slides. And let me also mention here I have actually given some problems. These are for the initial simple case. These can be used for practice. This we already have what we have seen. Okay. So before we move on to the next slide, this is what we have. Suppose we have this much of information about a line. We know its length. We know the location of one of its endpoints with respect to the horizontal and vertical plane. Just like we used to have in case of what do you call projections of points, right? Similar pattern. Suppose for one endpoint we have the information, and we know its inclinations with respect to both the reference planes, that is horizontal and vertical planes. Okay, so for such a case, now we'll consider how do we draw the projections of this straight line. Okay. Sorry, I think this actual drawing also, let me mention once, as such it is clear to most of the people, but it's still some people might have skipped it. While we skip through at a little faster pace. Yeah, so before taking the next problem, what I wanted to point out is, suppose if you have been given information of one endpoint, true length and inclination, right? So for these two cases, it is easier to draw, because what you will do, suppose we consider the first case. Okay, let me change this. Suppose we consider the first case. So if you are given, say, the point endpoint A is by this much distance above horizontal plane, this much distance in front of vertical plane. So you will be locating A dash and A. This will be your beginning point. Okay. Then next what you will do? Then you will have to consider the inclination that you will mark in the front view, because the line is parallel to the vertical plane. So you mark this. Then what you have to do? You have to use the true length of the line and mark it over here. Then this B dash will be located. Okay. Then this front view will be complete. Thereafter, we can draw the projector and we can draw a line from this A parallel to XY and obtain this B. Okay. Got the point? So what I'm saying is, we have been given information of the one end point where it is located. We have been given the length of the line and we have been given the inclination. Then we first of all draw A dash A at any chosen location. Thereafter, using the length and inclination, we obtain the front view. This we are able to obtain because line is parallel to the vertical plane. So the front view will give us the what you call true length and true inclination. So we can readily draw this, and thereafter we also know that for this case, this AB will be parallel to the XY line. This top view will be parallel to the XY line. Then we can simply from B dash draw this line and locate B, right? So this is how front view and top view will obtain. The exactly opposite procedure we will adopt for this. You will locate A dash. First of all, you will locate B using the true length and true inclination, and then you will draw this projector. You will draw a line parallel to this and locate B dash. But when the line will be say inclined with both the planes, we will not be able to have the true length in this view or this view. Neither of these views will give us the true length, right? So there the problem will arise, that how do we look at the front view and top view. Here also true length won't be available if it is not parallel to the vertical plane, and here in top view also if this is also not parallel to the horizontal plane. For these two cases it is at least parallel to one of these, so it was easy to draw, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what true length and the projection length would differ.
Is this length the true length of the line?
No, sir.
So that's what I'm saying, that when the line is parallel to vertical plane, we have the true length of the line shown by the front view, but top view is the reduced length. Likewise, when it is parallel to the horizontal plane, we get the true length in the top view, but the front view is the reduced length. Now, what we are trying to discuss next is the line is inclined to both the planes. So actually what will happen? We will not have true length in any of the views, neither in top view nor in the front view, and we will not have this also, that's theta will also not be available and phi will also not be available. Okay, yeah. So say if some of you I don't know, if feeling saturated, then I think I'll give some time for you to solve the problems. That would be better. Then once you try to solve these, then I think as we consider this case when line is inclined with both the planes will be easier. So yeah, I think first try to solve this first problem. I'll give you say some 3 minutes, and otherwise I'll try to draw it. So do this first, everyone.
Sir, can you please clear the idea of a dark line or thin line?
That we'll discuss separately. Please try to draw this first of all.
Okay, sir.
So the question is not visible now.
So maybe I'll try to draw it, right? So it says that end A of the line is in the first quadrant. So that means it will be above the horizontal plane and in front of the vertical plane. Okay, and it is 20 mm from both the reference planes. Okay, so from the XY line it will be 20 mm away, of course, right? And according to the first quadrant, we'll place A dash and A, right? Above and below. So A dash will be above the XY line, A will be below the XY line. Then if the line is say parallel to the vertical plane, and inclined 30 degrees to the horizontal plane. So based on these two, right? And the projections, draw the projections of line if its length is 50 mm. So first we locate A dash and A. Then next what we have to do? Next we have to consider the front view. That is, we have to locate B dash. Say this is the XY line. So first of all, what we need to do? We need to locate, say, A dash and then A. Okay. So 20 mm above the XY line and 20 mm below the XY. Then you have the inclination. Here we have the inclination is 30 degrees and the length is 50 mm. It is parallel to the vertical plane, so the true length will be available in the front view, right? So next what I can do is, with 30-degree inclination, this is our theta. I can draw the line with a 50 mm length, okay, and locate B dash, right? Then to obtain the top view, what can be done is draw a projector from here, and we have the condition that top view will now be parallel to the XY line. That is what we have seen in the previous slide. So using that, we can look at this B. So like this, you will have the front view and top view. Okay. And of course, you don't need to calculate it. Here you have to do it graphically. Okay. So this is how you solve this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, say if we consider this next one. So, and D of a 60 mm long line. So this 60 mm will refer to the true length of the line. So 60 mm long line CD lies on the vertical plane. Okay. So D is lying on the vertical plane. So from this, at least one thing you know, the top view of D will be on the XY line. Okay. Then it is 10 mm away from the horizontal plane. Right. Now, it is not mentioned which way, right? It is 10 mm away, but whether above the horizontal plane or below the horizontal plane is not given, right? Let us move further. The line is parallel to the horizontal plane and inclined 40 degrees to the vertical plane, right? The end, if the end C lies in the first quadrant, okay? So now here we have, say, how we will be able to locate the line. Point C is in the first quadrant, okay? So that means C is in the first quadrant, we move parallel to the horizontal plane, and D will be in the vertical plane. Okay, so line as such will be lying in the first quadrant. Only point D will be on the vertical plane. Okay, and then we have to draw the projections. So for D we have these conditions. That is, it is 10 mm away from the horizontal plane, right? And it is in the vertical plane. So top view will be on the XY line, and since we based on this condition that C is in the first quadrant, we can make out that the line is in the first quadrant. So this D has to be above the horizontal plane. Got the point? D will have to be above the horizontal plane if C is in the first quadrant, right? So using this, then I'll draw this. Okay. So first of all, I'll locate D and thereafter using this 60 mm condition and 40-degree inclination with vertical plane, I'll draw the top view. So now again,
So there is also a case possible like D is in.
maybe that we can consider separately. Let me complete this first.
Okay,
So usually we draw CD as C being at left, D being at right. That is the usual convention. If we call A, B, C, D, D, E, whatever, right? So maybe I'll choose D at this location. So D is in the vertical plane. So let this be the top view for D. Okay. Then for the front view, we'll make use of this condition that D is 10 mm away from the horizontal plane. Okay. So I'll take it 10 mm above the horizontal plane because C is in first quadrant and line is parallel to the horizontal plane. Okay. So I'll go say this is 10 mm above the horizontal plane. Okay. So this gives us the front view. Then so we have obtained D and D dash, and these will be on the same projector. I can join these two, that will mark the projector for these. Next, let us consider the condition that line is inclined 40 degrees to the vertical plane. Okay, and the length of the line is 60 mm. So now what I'll do is from here I'll move like this. So here I have to consider an angle of 40 degrees. Okay, and the length of the line is 60 mm. So I'll draw it like this. Okay, so here I'll be able to locate the top view of C, right? And then we can again make use of it that since the line is parallel to the horizontal plane, so the front view will be parallel to the XY line. So I draw one projector from here and a parallel line from here. So this gives the C dash. Okay, and these also on the same projector of. So this completes this view. So that is what I was trying to discuss, right? So here you see we could make use of this length, right? We could make use of this length and this inclination 40 degrees, right? Because line was parallel to the horizontal plane. If it is not so, then we will not be able to get this inclination in the top view. The inclination in the top view will be different, right? Likewise, if we consider the previous problem, we could make use of the length 50 mm and the inclination 30 mm because this was parallel to the vertical plane. Otherwise, front view will not give us this inclination 30 degrees and the say length as 50 mm. So actually what we will have is a reduced length of front view and top view both and some apparent inclinations for front view and top view both with the XY line. Okay, so maybe this case we'll now discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, yeah, and now we can so I'll stop the recording now, and now we can take those whatever further doubts you had.
So